department where Shox is standing by with Fnatic's Ninja bot lane.
Yep. Thank you very much, guys. Indeed, Reckless and Yellow Star after some crazy stuff. So I want to ask you about pulling out this crazy comp in the first game to redeem yourself kind of after the first week didn't go that perfectly, because there must have been a thin line between getting blamed for maybe being overconfident last week and then going with something very, very daring in the first game. How did you guys perceive that?
Well, last week I'd say it was not really Fnatic because we didn't have the perfect draft and we were not really confident with it. And now we're facing Sneaky. We had to definitely take the ninjas.
Reckless, we know from watching the web series that you guys have that Daylor a lot of times says, okay, we got to pick something that works in the team when you would maybe rather pick some champions that can just go in or do what you would like to do. So how did those conversations go, and how did you feel playing Kennen?
I think to a beginning when I'd joined the team, then it was a bit harder, perhaps. When I joined the team, of course, I wanted to mesh well with the guys, of course, and then just playing a champion like Sivir or Kennen was kind of basic already because Fnatic revolves around the solo lanes mainly. So playing a champion like Kennen, for example, today kind of fits our team comp because I bring a lot of CC or utility, as you would say, and then that's exactly just what we need. We just need the CC or utility for players like Huni and Fabian to carry the game.
How about for you personally? A lot of people have said, and we've noticed that you've gotten a lot more aggressive. Still, it's something completely different to have to pull the trigger on a champion like Kennen and maybe ult and engage. But how did you find that?
I mean, obviously, I've been practicing Kennen a lot.
Oh, really?
I'm new to the champion. But yeah, it's a bit different. You know, when you play Kennen, it's not necessarily an AD carry whatsoever. Actually, it's just you bring this extreme amount of CC, and then your job is different. It's not standing in the backline. It's actually going as a secondary follow-up, perhaps. So it definitely took some time to get used to it. But I think after a while, we kind of figured out that it works for us, and then we just kept practicing it, and then we pulled it out today.
Well, and showing a lot of diversity. Last week, you guys beat IG in the very first game very, very convincingly. So obviously the question on everyone's minds is, what have you built in this time to the team and maybe working with the coach to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself?
Well, we were really disappointed after our 3 matches because we had high expectations and we didn't really show our final form yet. And I hope that we're going to qualify and then we can finally show what Fnatic is.
Reckless?
I'm not quite sure. I don't know, last week just felt weird for me. I didn't really feel like us when we were playing. Even when I was playing the game, it felt really weird. So we tried to just find ourselves, I think, this past week, find what we did so well for the past 4 months when we were successful. And then we tried bringing it back today. And I think, I think we did pretty good on that.
I think so too. Trying to find yourself. Turns out you're ninjas. I would say that's pretty good. Thank you guys very much. Congratulations. And good luck in the upcoming matches. And now back over to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Shox. That was as they mentioned, our new fastest game, 22 minutes, just over 22 minutes, a stomp.
That is a Fnatic
by
that
all
SKT
regards.
does not want to play. They said, we don't want to play Fnatic, now we see why.
Yeah. Exactly. So let's start first with this crazy pick ban. It was already talked about a little bit, but we saw Ken and Shen come out in the bot lane. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this comp that Fnatic came out with to start.
Right, so in the draft, we mentioned maybe Fnatic should ban Morgana. And the first thing that came to mind was like, wait a minute, they didn't ban Morgana. They first picked Elise. They're just wanting to play into Morgana. What are they doing? So when you pick the Shen with the Kennen and the Elise, both of those champions can break the spell shield very easily, as opposed to a regular lane like a Sivir or a Jinx that has no ability to actually break the spell shield. With the Kennen, you CC both targets at the same time, so somebody's going to get CC'd, the spell shields are going to break, and then you just run over them. It was really intelligent, and I really liked it.
We can see about Fnatic's bans, and before the game, I analyzed that C9's Morgana is a huge point, and I think that banning their APs are useless. But come out, we can see that they banned Veigar and Azir too. Then I was shocked, but like Crumb said, because there's Shen and Cannon, they are both a lot of magic damage in the lane, so Lemonation will be very afraid of the timing of using the E. And the other thing is, I'm very proud of Yellow Star of using Shen to roam mid lane during the early game. And the misplayed by incarnation of delayed flash and the delayed E from Morgana is causing the game.
Yeah, also Elimination in that 2-on-2 lane, sometimes he was just way too far forward for almost no reason, and it happened like 3 times, and that was a big snowball on the opposite side of the map that Reignover wasn't even affecting. And I actually really like the first pick Elise here for Reignover, because the thing that Hai has been lacking in this tournament is early pressure. We've seen lane swaps where his team is 3v2ing, and he's doing the red buff on the opposite side of the map. So Hai's early routes have actually been a bit off, but then this time, when he came middle, Reignover was right there to counter, and I thought that was really good. And then he just kept coming back to where the flashes were blown, which is the thing you should be doing as a jungler every time those flashes are blown. Camp that lane a little bit more. See if you can get another.
I'd like to go on your point about the low early pressure from Hai, which we ended up getting a regular 2v2, but in the top side. And Cloud9 went for the lane swap. They were very determined on going about it, and they knew from the get-go that was their plan because they went for the Krugs. Fnatic, on the other hand, they sort of had the intuition of just saying, you know what, we think they're going to lane swap, let's just go straight to lane. And they ignored the Gromp and then just went straight to lane and because they wanted that 2v2 matchup, and then they just crushed with it. So I think they probably saw what you mentioned about the low early pressure. We don't want to go into the strategic in the game. We're just going to completely overpower you in the early game, and it was just perfectly executed.
Yeah. Well, it was a quick game, quick analysis to boot. Cloud9 are not done yet, though. When we return, the North American squad gets back on the Rift to face the LMS's AHQ Esports Club. Don't touch that dial. Our coverage of Worlds 2015 continues in just a few minutes.
Fnatic. Good on the checker. Who's with me on the Fnatic hype train, guys?
Fnatic. Caught out by Reignover as well. No turret to sneak off to, but does get the chompers down. Hai makes his way in. Is he going to be able to find the kill? Oh my goodness, Huni with a decent Nabbar on this one as well. As Reignover with so much damage. Another Nara to the wall. Elimination's going to die this bottom lane. Maybe Rocket doesn't find him. Casually lists to the left, I believe is what you call that maneuver. Reckless. He's trying to answer this one. Stand United. Knockbacks, but look at all of the AoE action as Balls trying to get something done. High locks down the first one, but it's already a double kill. And Fnatic looking so much better.